Okay, this is a review on what your constructed response will look like on your midterm. The first one says, a graph is drawn below. Explain why the graph is or is not a function. So a function can only go to one output. If we look here at the number 1, we go to this number, but we also go to this number. So we use what's called the vertical line test to determine if it's a function. If you draw a vertical line through your function and it hits more than one output or y value, it is not a function. And I wrote 8 twice. Does not pass the vertical line test. Part B, it says state the domain of the relation below. The domain are your x values. So -2, 1, 1, and 9. All you have to put, though, is 1 once. It says state the range, which is your y values of the relation shown on the graph. So here you have to go to all your y values. Here, this one is 1. This one is 2. This one is -1. This one is 1, 2, and also -1. This one was -2. I'm in an error. And then here you go to 1. So I see 2, I see 1, I see -1, and I see -2. So -2, -1, 1, and 2. Or what you could have done is said, okay, let's do all the coordinates. 1, 2, 3, 1. So -3, 1. 1, 2, up 2. -2, 2. 1 down 2, so -1 down 2. 1, 2, 2. But also 1, 2, -1. And then 1, 2, 3, 1. So then you could have just looked at all those values here. Okay, range is the y. It says use the relation below. You want to add a point so that it's still a function. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 6, I'm going to put a new coordinate up here that will create a still keep it a function, meaning I don't use 1, I don't use 2, I don't use 3, I don't use 6. It can be any number here. Let's go with 8. 8 isn't one of those, and then we can put any number here we want. Let's put 11. Okay, if you want to be not a function, you need to use one of these numbers. Let's go with 2. If I already have a 2 and you're telling me it goes to 5, use 2 again and have it go to like 9. Okay. So you just got to repeat the x if you don't want it to be a function. So that is the first constructed response. And the second is the table shows the amount of water in the tank after x minutes it has elapsed. Is water entering or leaving the tank? Well, as the time goes by, you're losing. So after 2 minutes, you're losing 10. So leaving. How do you know? Water is decreasing. How much water is in the tank after 12 minutes? So we could go 2 more, which is 10, and 2 more, which is 12, and down 10, which is 55, and down 10 more, which is 45. 45 gallons. Here it says how many gallons are in the tank before it began to empty. Well, that was after 2 minutes. So if we go back to 0 minutes, go up 10, so 95 plus the 10 is going to leave you with 105 gallons. It says calculate the rate of change, meaning what was the change in y over change in x? What was the slope? The slope was change in y. You're down 10 gallons every 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes, the tank loses 10 gallons. Or you could have reduced it to -5/1. So every 5 minutes, you lose 1 gallon. Okay, if you have any questions, it is your responsibility to ask. Put your name on it and hand it in.